Hey guys, today I am here with my friend and business partner, Bryan Canar, Academy Mortgage, and I want to ask you, what does it take to get qualified in this market to buy a house?
Well, that's a good question. Question that we get asked a lot, so thank you for asking that.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. So like Heather said, my name is Bryan Canar with Academy Mortgage. The question that I get asked is how do we qualify, right? So there's a couple things that you need. You need income, assets, and credit, right? So a person needs to have some sort of income, right? They need to also have okay credit. You don't need the best credit in the world, but you need to at least have a 580 in order to qualify for some of these loan products, okay? And then you also need assets, right? There's a couple things that you're going to need to pay for example, like earnest deposit.
Yes.
Or an appraisal or an inspection, right? Now, there are programs available right now. We don't know how long they're going to be available for. As many of the other realtors, and you know, right, the Home Plus programs went away, but Academy Mortgage does have programs that offer 100% financing that can help with the cost of a down payment. And then if you're able to work your magic and get the sellers to cover some of the closing costs, then that would minimize the out-of-pocket for the client. But those are usually the three main things that you want to have in order to be able to qualify.
And
Great
don't
question.
forget 401ks. I think a lot of people don't realize that you can use your 401k to help buy your house. That I think is underutilized. The next question that I want to ask you is what is the number one thing that people are doing to combat the high interest rates right now? That's the biggest question I get.
Okay. That's a good question too.
Yeah.
So a big thing that's been keeping us really busy, and it's been fighting that hurdle or that objection, is the 2-1 buy down program that we're offering right now. The 2-1 buy down program has been amazing, and the reason why is because it's giving people a 3% rate, a 4% rate for the beginning of the loan period. The way that the 2-1 buy down works is you get a special lower rate for the first 2 years of the loan until you reach the note rate on the third year. The initial interest rate, of course, varies depending on the client and the client's credit score. But just last month, I think I was telling you this, we were able to get someone a 3% rate for the first start of the 2-1 buy down, which is fantastic. I mean, you're really not hearing about that right now, but this client was actually able to get it.
Awesome. So the next question that I have for you is, other than rate and getting qualified, what are the top questions you're getting right now when people are saying, is now a good time to buy? What's your response to that?
So that is a good question too. All of your questions are good. But the thing that's happening right now that a lot of people are asking is right now a good time to buy, or am I buying like when the interest rates are too high? Or, what do you think, Bryan? Is this something that I want to do right now, or should I wait? Okay. The biggest thing that I'm telling them, it's never the perfect time to buy in the market, right? It's either the rates are up or the prices are down, the rates are low, but now you have a million offers per house, right? Yeah. So it's never really the perfect time. It has to be the perfect time for you. Individually, it has to be the perfect time for you, right? If you're having another baby, your family's growing. Well, now it's the perfect time for you because you need that extra room. You need that extra space. The benefits and the pros of buying right now is that everything is up for negotiation. Wouldn't you agree on that?
1,000%. You actually have opportunity in this market where if you go back to 2020, 2021, there was no negotiating. Everybody was fighting for these houses. And so, yes, your interest rates were low, but everything else was stacked against you. And now you have everything in your favor as a buyer. And the only thing that you have to come across that you're going to need to overcome is that high interest rate, which you can do with, like we said, the 2-1 buy down. You can have seller concessions. And my favorite saying is that you marry the house and you date the rate. You refi.
That's completely right. I actually had one of my loan officer partners that works in my branch get $20,000 in seller concessions.
Wow.
And this happened just last week. And what they're doing with that is they're buying down the rate significantly and paying all of their closing costs. So literally the client's coming in with zero out of pocket. Everything's covered.
Yeah.
Right?
Awesome.
So and they're also using our appraisal waiver that we have available right now until June. So they didn't even have to cover the cost of the appraisal. We cover the cost for them,
Awesome.
Which is amazing too. So to answer your question, Heather, it has to be the right time for you. right? Whether it be now, 6 months from now, whether the rates are low or the rates are high or the prices of the homes are high or low, it has to be a time when you can afford the house. That's the best time.
I agree. Those were my questions for you. Thank you so much for answering it. I think this is what everybody is wanting to know, and I think this is a great starting point. You need to call us, have a conversation about your situation, but thank you so much for all the information you gave us.
Of course, if you guys have any other questions, you guys can always reach out. The Canar Group with Academy Mortgage, my direct line is 480-788-9049. Thanks for having me, Heather. Thanks for lunch today. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.